I'm looking at this lighting and it looks terrible. And the focus looks terrible. Why? Why is that? Let's see if we can fix that. That's not better. That is not better at all. Well, it's getting better. It's getting better. I look old and dark. Let's see. Maybe I need more light here. Let's kick that up a little bit. Better? No, not really. Kind of creepy. Better? I look so weird. Like my skin is all peeling and stuff. Oh, well, we're going to have to deal with it. I was out in the sun a lot yesterday and today, and it shows. So, I don't know. I just think I look kind of creepy. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another... No, that's... I think I'm peeling. From the last time I went out in the sun. Anyways, welcome to another Trippy Food live stream. Hello, everybody. How is your weekend? I can't get this lighting right. It just looks creepy. Yeah, that's worse. That's better. That's better. All right, that's good enough. That is good enough. I did get overcooked. I was out in the sun. I was out in the sun for like 2 hours today. And for a long time yesterday as well. So I go on these long walks. But I did manage to get like 3 episodes filmed yesterday. I know I have to edit them and everything. But yeah, being out in the sun, I should wear sunscreen. And, I think sunscreen only lasts about 2 hours or so. So you don't need to put that on. Hey, so who do you have? We have Miguel Rangel is here. Adam Hebb is here. Jared Tierno is here. Ice Hand is here. Janice is here. All right. Well, it seems like we're getting the crew together pretty quickly here. I don't need that in there. Yeah, I'm still working out logistics here, lighting, placement, things along those lines. If this is okay, then we'll just go with it. Let's see. I'm not really centered. Maybe kind of centered there. Maybe. Yeah, close enough. So how is everybody? How is your week? Everybody have a good week? I had a decent week. Work, walking, did a lot of walking. I do, so I try to do 10,000 steps a day, but lately it's been like yesterday I did 20,000 steps. Today I already have 13,000 steps in all in the morning. But again, to be honest, it's because I usually do a 5-mile walk in the morning. And I did my 5-mile walk this morning, but I also ended up down near near the Rose Bowl, near the Rose Bowl. I didn't realize this, but the second week of every month, they do a huge flea market. And I underestimated how huge exactly it was. So that's like I said, kind of got cooked again today over my other dark golden brown, whatever that you want to call that. So yeah, that's kind of what we did. So how is everybody? I think I asked that, but I don't think anybody answered. I'm assuming you're okay. Everybody's okay. Yes, no. Yeah, we have some interesting stuff today. Today's grab bag is brought to you by 99 Ranch Market. Ooh, that lighting changed, didn't it? 99 Ranch Market, our grab bag today. We have 2 exciting beverages for you. Maybe they're more exciting for me than they are for you. But we're doing all right. Janice answered. Oh, it's your birthday today, Adam. Happy birthday. Can we ask how many? ¿Cuántos años? ¿Cuántos años tienes? It's in your head. How many years? 24. Wow. I had 24 once. Wait, I had 24 twice. Yeah, I'm working on 24 3 times. Let's see, am I? No, not that yet. Not yet. Not 24 3 times. But happy birthday. So everybody, let's wish Adam Hebb a very happy Trippy Food birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Adam. Happy birthday to you. Cadillac for you. All right, there we go. Happy birthday, Adam. thank you for spending your birthday with us. We appreciate that. Don't we, people? Don't we appreciate spending our birthday with Adam Hebb? So hope you have a very wonderful birthday, and thank you for making us a part of that birthday. All right, we'll wait for a few more people to come into the room. Are we early? Yeah, we're still early. We got another about maybe 10 minutes to go before we start to dig into our snacks. Let some other people come into the room. But we're starting off with 8. That's not bad. That's a pretty good start. That lighting just change again? Yeah, whatever. All righty. So, like I said, filmed a couple of big things. When I say big things, I mean like hours of editing for me. But, probably it'll edit down to maybe 10 minutes at the most. But some fun stuff. Got a lot of fun stuff coming up. Let's see, what's this week? This week is, bear with me. I mean, it's not a bear with me. This week is, today is the 9th. So the upcoming one, the upcoming one, we have 3. Yes, we do. We have 3 sausages from Exotic Meat Market. So we have elk bratwurst, alligator bratwurst, and a mystery sausage. So that is coming up next Thursday. And then the following week, we have Jeppson's Malort. We're revisiting Jeppson's Malort. And then the following Thursday is Thanksgiving. And we have a Thanksgiving special that is so big that we have to do it in 3 parts. So we're starting it on Tuesday. So part 1 is Tuesday, part 2 is Wednesday, part 3 is, and the final part is on Thanksgiving Day. So I hope you will be able to join us and spend Thanksgiving watching that episode. Not very long, I don't think. 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, something like that. Each episode. Are you going to review Mountain Baja Blast Pie? It's $20 at Taco Bell. That's why I'm not gonna. The thing is, you have to buy a whole pie, right? I am not gonna spend $20 for a Baja Blast pie and then have to eat it myself or throw it away. I'm not gonna throw away a $20 pie. So unless I can find somebody who is here to do it with me, I'm just not gonna do it. So I'd be interested in doing it, but like I said, I need to be able to do it with somebody else because $20 is a lot to pay for a pie that you're only going to eat one slice of. So, Exotic Meat Market sounds like a pickup bar at the UN. It does, but it is not. So, Exotic Meat Market is actually really. If you guys go to their website, and it'll be on the end of the videos, but their website is Exotic Meat Market, all one word, no spaces, no dashes or anything. Exotic Meat Markets.com. And I urge you to check it out because if you're ever interested in eating something where it's legal, because he doesn't do anything that it's not legal in certain places. He won't sell there. But I just spent some time with him about a week ago, and he gave me some more meats to cook. So coming up in the future, you are going to see me make a beaver meat dish and a rattlesnake dish. So again, thank you, Anshu, and you guys check it out because if it looks good when I'm eating it, you can only imagine how good it really is. And so go on to the website and take a look. And he ships everywhere. Take a look at what he has. He has some really, really interesting things. I don't know yet. It's sitting in the fridge. When do you drop the video, Janice? Wait. Oh, Janice, I bought the Mountain Dew pie, but haven't reviewed it yet. It tastes just like key lime pie, apparently. When do you drop the video? I don't know yet. Sitting in the fridge. Well, yeah, obviously. So, hey, Janice, I'll go in halves with you. I'll give you $10, and you and I can review the pie. How's that sound? Hey, that's a real possibility. Steve Russell has just entered the room. Welcome, Steve. Glad you could make it. I haven't been keeping track of how many people have been coming into the room, but we were at 8 a little while ago. Steve just walked into the room, and now we're at 7. So I don't know. We don't do math on this channel. But hey, Steve, glad you could join us. Yeah, we have. It's funny because I hadn't thought about it, but the more I looked at the products that we're doing stuff from all over the world. So one of the products is from, there's a few from the U.S., Then one's a product of Turkey, one's a product of the Philippines, one is a product of Taiwan, one is a product of Germany, China, Colombia. Yeah, so we're having a veritable United Nations of snacks here today. That should be fun. All righty. We are going to be doing some new stuff, some stuff that's out. I have some of the Coca-Cola and lime, or the Diet Coke and lime in the refrigerator. They did not redo. So initially they did a Coca-Cola with lime and Diet Coke with lime. They have not put out a Coke with lime, just a Diet Coke with lime. But we're going to review that. We have that. We have something else too, something else that everybody's reviewing, and I think it was the Doritos pizza and Cool Ranch Stranger Things chips. We're going to be doing those as well. Okay. Okay, Janice, that'd be perfect. Yeah, or call me. Either one. So, all righty. So, anybody else coming in? No, it's pretty much us on this bright and sunny and seasonably warm November Sunday afternoon. No, Sunday afternoon for some. I've been thinking that I might want to switch to Saturdays, just because there's people like people down under that this is their Monday, so they actually have to work. I don't know. I want to have a nice balance as to people in the States can watch, people in Europe can watch, people in the Pacific can watch, and everybody can participate. So I haven't really figured that out. Either that, or we could just do random times. Like one week do a Friday, one week do a Saturday, do a Sunday. Just trying to think of ways to change it up. Diet Coke with lime is only available in cans so far in my area. I like it, but 1 can is enough for my meal, but 2 cans are too much. Yeah, no, 2 cans are birds. Yeah, I have a can. So I got it from Nuff. Nuff had bought a case of it, and I asked him if I could take one. He kindly said yes. So thank you, Nuff, for the Diet Coke and lime. And like I said, I will be filming that review today. So probably have it out tomorrow, because it's going to be a quickie. Well, no, it's not going to be a quickie, and I won't even tell you why. But it's not going to be a quickie because we're gonna get creative with that. All right. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Sometimes I get yapping, I get talking, and then I just completely miss, people in the chats and everything. Yep, that's it. Okay. So let's see. It's 1:13. I suppose we can get started. What do you guys think? You want to get started? Let's get started. All right. So here is our adult beverage that we're going to start with. Very, very plain label, very simple. This is Brams or Brams. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Brams. This is Brams Coffee Cacao Stout. And if you think cacao sounds like cocoa, that's because they get cocoa from cacao. I think one is the plant and one is the product of the plant or something. I'm not 100% sure exactly how that works. So Brams Coffee, or Brams Beer, was founded in 2017 by Cindy and Carl Nagamoro Chen in Monrovia, California. So suggestion would be, let's say, first Saturday of every month at one time. The rest as usual time. Random times will confuse everybody, less viewers. Oh, okay. Well, so let me ask you this, because usually when I'm going to be doing a live stream, I put out notifications. So I put a post on the YouTube channel itself, and if you're subscribed and you have that little bell selected, then you should get notification. I also put out notifications on Instagram, on Facebook, on Threads, and on Blue Sky. So is that enough for you guys? Are you actually getting notification, or are you on one of those and you're not actually getting any kind of notification? I don't know. I think on Facebook it doesn't necessarily give you a notification. I do it on the Trippy Food page, and I don't know if you follow the Trippy Food page if you automatically get notifications on that or not. Likewise on Threads, I think you have to be following me on Threads to get notification, and probably the same on Blue Sky. So I don't know exactly how that works, but I try to send out notifications. I would say how many let's do this as a poll. We can do that. Let's see, poll. All right, start a poll. I would talk, but I have a hard time talking and typing at the same time. Almost there. Stay with me. Nope, I worded that wrong. Yeah, perfect. All right, there's the poll. So the poll is, do you get notification when we're going to do a live stream? So we'll kind of figure out, if that works. And if it doesn't work and you guys have another idea, let me know. I could send out like an email blast or something, but that's, usually spam. You don't really want to do that. All right, a good suggestion though, Ice Hand. All right, so again, let's get back to business. We are doing Brams coffee cacao stout. This is a 4.7% ABV. And again, Brams was founded in 2017 by Cindy and Carl Nagamura Chen in Monrovia, California. Now, for the trivia question on this, I'm going to pretend it's pronounced Brahms, just like the composer, right? So the question is about Brahms. What is the most famous song by German composer Johannes Brahms? What is the most famous song by German composer Johannes Brahms? Extra points if you actually use the real name of the song as opposed to what everyone calls it. But there we go. All right. So regular bottle cap. I don't know if we want to save that or not. We're going to use this can opener. Guess where I got this? No, seriously, guess. See if you can guess. See if you can guess where I got this. No, see if you can guess. There's that satisfying fizzy sound. Oh, there's that unsatisfying. I don't know what happened there, but that's not good. We're having a beer emergency here. I opened it and it just decided to throw up on me. I mean, not literally, of course, but. And all over my, it's still going. All my silverware is now coated with beer, but it smells good. What a pain in the tuchus. It's still going. I would pick it up and show you, but it's going to end up all over my lap. Well, I mean, look at this. It's still going. That's like half the beer is now on the table. Did you guys think that things were going to be this exciting today? Stop. It's still going, man. My beer is just like completely emptying out. That's nature's way of telling me, Val, maybe you're drinking too much beer. I think because this was in the refrigerator sideways, maybe that's what the thing was. But oh my God, what a mess! I was gonna stick the bottle in the bowl that I use for Goutte Mélange. That would have been interesting because then we would have had beer flavored Goutte Mélange, which wouldn't be a terrible thing, would it? All right, I got most of it. There we go. Wow, that was disappointing. Okay. So let's pour what's left in here. Very, where's the camera? Oh, there we go. Very dark. Nice smell. There's a really nice smell. And now some beers you try kind of smell like a men's room at Oktoberfest. Not this. Now, I don't know if it tastes like coffee and cacao or it's made with coffee and cacao because I don't see any ingredients. Oh, that's nice. That is really nice. It's like a slight bitterness to it, but it's not overwhelming. And then it's not overly sweet as well, like some of these are. It's like the cacao almost lends like that dark chocolate kind of flavor, that bittersweet chocolate flavor to it. And you get the slight hint of coffee grounds. And I know some of you are thinking like, Val, that sounds disgusting. But no, I mean, I've used coffee grounds in cooking before. Ground up really fine and then kind of sprinkled on stuff. I've used it before. When will we see some donkey milk atoll? Soon, I think. Soon. I do have the powdered donkey milk, so we will do something like that. This is really good. That is really nice. Again, it probably doesn't have that much of a kick because it's a 4.7 ABV. But it's really tasty. It's really good. Really nice. That is almost like a beer that I would drink for dessert or with dessert. Serve that with pie. Maybe make an ice cream float with that. That would be really, really good. That's gonna get a thumbs up from me. All right, so our question was about Johannes Brahms because I'm pretending that the beer is pronounced Brahms instead of Brams because I don't know. And the question was what is the most famous song by German composer Johannes Brahms? Let's see. What were the guesses? Adam Hebb said the Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Ice Hand said the Cradle Song. Janice said Lullaby. Vegan Lied. Let's see. I think those are the only guesses. It is, in fact, Vegan Lied is the actual name of the song. It's part of I don't know if it's a suite or something, but it's part of another composition. But that section or that piece of it is called Vegan Lied. But it is commonly known as Brahms' Lullaby, which was composed in 1868. So yeah, you got that right. And sped up, it actually is the Macarena. So a lot of people don't know that, but Adam apparently did. Making beer cheese for the first time today. If one of his streams, if Four Loko would work for beer cheese, he says no, but I want it. Well, how would Matt doesn't make beer cheese? I don't know how Matt ever made beer cheese. I don't know if he would know. It depends on the flavor of Four Loko. I think you would have to go with not fruity flavor of Four Loko if you're going to make beer cheese. Which one? I'm not familiar with like all the different flavors of it. But I think the fruity ones, especially like the citrusy ones and everything, would not work well with making beer cheese. That's my thought, Adam. Don't do it. Admit, Adam, you will compromise the space-time continuum. It's like crossing the streams, right? Like you'll put yourself out of existence. All right. Yeah, that was a very nice beer. I'm going to sip on this for the rest of the show because it's a very nice beer. And let's dig in to our 99 Ranch Market tote bag. All right. I think it's easier if I put this on the floor. What is first? Or next, depending on how you look at it. All right, these look interesting. And I don't know, I don't like that. Maybe that's better. We'll see. These are Freezy Treats. Freezy Treats is the product line. This is a product of Turkey. Everything on the package is in English, but this is a product of Turkey. And these are Freezy Treats pineapple bites. So what they are is freeze-dried pineapple coated in chocolate. Welcome to Freezy Treats, where fun meets flavor in every bite. We take the freshest freeze-dried fruits and dip them in decadent chocolate for a taste that's... I hope that decadent chocolate is not Hershey's chocolate. Fresh, fruity, and totally awesome. Each Freezy Treat is a party waiting to happen, delivering a burst of freshness and excitement with every bite. Dive into our delicious creations and experience the coolest snack sensation around. Get ready to chill out and indulge in the ultimate fruity chocolate adventure. All right. So these are Freezy Treats pineapple bites. They are from AYC Naturals. Sounds like a porn channel. It's from AYC Naturals. It was founded in 1987 in New York City. I don't know by who. So since we have freeze-dried pineapple in here, let's ask a freeze-dried question. What was the first food to be freeze-dried? Again, what was the first food to be freeze-dried? If you use Four Loko, it would be malt lick cheese. Yeah, I don't think it would work. Now, I think some malt liquors would work, as opposed to if you're making beer cheese. I think some would work, but not any of the fruity flavored Four Lokos, I don't think. I can't wait to get our first Vallarta. Oh, well, that's cool. But I love Vallarta. Yeah, that place is a wonderland. They have, I don't know if you want to call it a cafe, but they prepare food there, and their food is really, really good. So they make menudo and birria and all kinds of other stuff, and it's really, really good. I think they make their own tamales too. It smells like chocolate. Ooh, that's a weird looking chocolate. These look like, what are those malted milk balls? Like milk duds or something, right? They look kind of like milk duds. So it looks like it's probably a milk chocolate. It's like the chocolate that's on Raisinets. I'm not tasting pineapple. I'm going to cut one of these open because for some reason, I guess that's a freeze-dried pineapple. Maybe if you chew these, you don't get as much of the pineapple flavor. Let's try just like putting one on our tongue, like my tongue, not yours. Let it dissolve and see. See if that's better. See if we get more pineapple. Because pineapple is really tart. The acid in pineapple is very tart. Dude, I am not tasting pineapple. Where is it in the ingredients? Let's see. Freeze-dried pineapple, it's almost last. Milk chocolate coating, cocoa butter, whole milk powder, whey powder, cocoa mess, skim milk powder, vegetable oil, flavoring, vanillin, brighteners. Freeze-dried pineapple is like one of the last ingredients. And I can see why. May contain traces of hazelnut, almonds, walnuts, cashews, pistachios, peanuts, soy product, and gluten. This is kind of disappointing. I want that kind of tang from the pineapple, and I'm not getting it at all. But it'll not taste like pineapple. But like the closest thing that tastes to me, like a raisinette. I mean, the chocolate's not bad. It's not like pukey Hershey's chocolate, and it is milk chocolate, but it's not bad. It's sweet. It's nice, but the pineapple taste is like maybe freeze drying pineapple gets rid of the pineapple taste or something. I'm not crazy about that. It's not a bad flavor. It's just no pineapple in it. So let's give it a thumbs in the middle. All right. Our question was, what was the first food to be freeze dried? Let's see. Isan said, I know potatoes were freeze dried in the Andes. Janice Yamanak said potatoes. Janice Yamanak said the first commercial product that was freeze dried was coffee. It is, in fact, potatoes. So, Janice, you were right the first time. Not the first commercial product, but the first product to be the first product or the first food to be freeze dried was potatoes, because it was done by the Incas. I mean, thousands of years ago. They found a way to freeze the potatoes, then squeeze the water out of them, then let them dry in the sun, then freeze them again. So they were kind of the first people to do freeze drying, and they did it with potatoes. So potatoes is correct. I didn't know about coffee, but I'm not surprised. Just learned that Chicago has a whole underground city. It is wild. How many underground cities have I been to? In Seattle, they have an underground city. In Portland, they have sort of an underground city. They have underground tunnel, or they have the rumor of underground tunnels, the Shanghai tunnels in Portland, Oregon. And it was supposedly like you went into the bar to have a drink, and then the trap door would open in the floor, and you'd end up in this underground tunnel that would take you out to the water, to the river, and ship you off somewhere. But I don't think anybody's ever proved that they actually even exist. But they definitely exist in Seattle. There definitely is an underground city in Seattle. A lot of times you get these underground cities when you have a major earthquake, the whole city is destroyed, and parts of the buildings remain, or parts of, and they kind of remain underground, or they have a city, and they decide that a long time ago, and then they decide they're going to rebuild that city, and they just rebuild the city on top of the other one, and the other one is still down below. So I think there's a few places, at least in the United States, that does it. In Liverpool, they have something called the Williamson Tunnels. The Williamson Tunnels were basically a way to get around underground, and they were also used as used as a air raid or a shelter during World War II. But yeah, there's some cities around the world. Some cities have underground cities, and they're interesting. So if you ever get a chance to check those out, again, do so. Definitely do so. I just had 2 heroes at Arby's for $7. I didn't even know they had that at Arby's. Arby's has something else going on right now. Arby's is doing something else abnormal or unusual. I have to get to an Arby's. It was easier in LA when they had the Arby's that was in Hollywood on Sunset Boulevard, and they closed. So no, that was the one with the giant hat sign, the iconic giant hat sign, and I guess they're preserving the sign for historical purposes. All right, let's dig into our second snack. Such a disappointment to me, Freezy Treats. All right. Let me do some housekeeping here. Oops, went too far. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to do a product of the Philippines. And these are from KSK. These are butter flavor Boy Bawang cornick. Cornick is a corn snack. They're a little bit different than, say, like Inca corn or something like that. The preparation is a little bit different. But these are golden sweet corn butter flavor. So we're going to try that. Boy Bawang is a product line of KSK Food Products. This is, again, a product of the Philippines. It was founded in the Philippines in 1990. So, again, the snack itself is called cornick. The way they prepare the corn is called cornick. What is the most popular flavor for cornick? Not necessarily this brand, but what is the most popular flavor for cornick? Let's see. Oh, okay. We're still there. It says tear here. All right. So it doesn't want us to tear from the bottom, but we're going to tear from the bottom because that's where all the good stuff is. From the bottom. Maybe scientifically they figured out, you have to tear it from the top. But I'm a renegade. What can I say? There we go. Ooh, those look strange. They're coated with some kind of powder. Let's try these. Definitely buttery. Now, you have that corn flavor. It's more like a popcorn flavor than, say, corn nuts. And corn nuts are crunchier. I don't know how loud these are, but corn nuts are generally crunchier than these. These aren't. These are crispy. Almost like a popcorn flavor. I like that because it's a different texture. I think we did another Boy Bawang product on a live stream a while ago. But this one is, yeah, definitely a lot more buttery and sweeter. Much, much sweeter than the other one. I like, oh, here's my trash over here. I like those, and I'm going to give those a thumbs up. Those are really good. All right, so our question was, what is the most, that was a cornick, that snack was called cornick in the Philippines. What is the most popular flavor for cornick? Let's see, what were the guesses? Isan said cheddar. Janice said garlic. Garlic. Garlic is the most popular flavor for cornick. Almost all, like Boy Bawang definitely has a garlic flavor. As a matter of fact, they have these probably have garlic in it too. And you can see the little garlic guy right there, the little winking garlic guy. Let's see, does these have garlic in them? Butter, oil, substitute, whatever that means. Sugar, non-dairy creamer, palm oil, full cream, milk powder, salt, butter flavor, and whey powder. Well, these do not have garlic in it, which is unusual. But those are really good. Thumbs up. Arby's has their deep fried turkey sandwiches right now. Oh, yeah, we should try those. There's another one too. They had something else. I can't remember what it was that they were coming out with that I was, considering trying out. All righty then. So yeah, garlic, and I think that's ones we did like hot. I think it was hot garlic or something like that when we did those last time. I'm just too lazy to look it up. They have steak nuggets too. I didn't know about the steak nuggets. All right. So we were doing something. This was from 99 Ranch Market. And, there's a 99 Ranch Market near you somewhere. I don't know how far east they are. I think they do have them in the Northeast, but there's not a lot of them. These ads are tripping up the live. I have to go and change it back to live. Oh, that's weird. So it's changing the chat from live chat to top chat. Hey, Jeff is here. Welcome, Jeff. Glad you could make it. So today we're going to try roast eel, or black pepper flavored roast eel. The product line is called Old Fisherman, and Old Fisherman, the Old Fisherman product line is from Tongyang, and Tongyang was founded in 1954 in Taiwan. We don't know by whom. This probably, I'm going to guess, has a Proposition 65 warning on it. Yep, there it is. Proposition 65 warning. I think everything they sell in the 99 Ranch Market has the Proposition 65 warning on it. Now, they give you very, very explicit instructions on how to open this. It's a pull tab, It pauses the video. That's dumb. So there's like a lag, and when it comes back, you're like a couple minutes behind the rest of us. That's dumb. I usually put this, like when I'm setting up the live stream, I put the settings on to have the fewest amount of commercials because I don't want people to be annoyed by commercial breaks and stuff. I guess I make less money from it, but I don't care. I would rather people see uninterrupted video than to have to sit through a commercial, but whatever. How bad was that spicy sandwich? Which spicy sandwich? Stoner, are you referring to me? Like, did I have it? Oh, you're talking about the one that we did, the breakfast sandwich for Thursday's live Trippy Food episode. Yeah, it was really spicy. I mean, extremely spicy. I mean, consider the fact that we had Carolina, ghost pepper flakes, Carolina Reaper sausage, We had jalapeno and habanero cheese. So yeah, I mean, it was hot, but it was delicious. So I mean, you had that heat, but then you did have nice pepper flavor from all that stuff, and then the other flavor, the flavor of the sausage itself, the flavor of the cheese itself, really, really good. So that sandwich was delicious, but it was very, very hot. Would I say it's hotter than, say, Samyang Buldak 2X? No, maybe. I think it was hotter. I think it was hotter than that. Very, very hot, but enjoyable because it was it tasted so good. And I think, like I said, the bread and the egg and the cheese kind of toned down that heat a little bit. So I think you get pockets of heat, but it wasn't as crazy as if like you just took a spoonful of those flakes or anything. So it was very spicy, but also very good. Nice breakfast sandwich. Are you watching a tin opening tutorial on YouTube? No, I'm watching you guys. I should be paying attention to what I'm doing here, but I'm not. I'm just talking to you guys while I'm opening this tin. I think they kind of want you to do that, Europrop, but I was thinking so that this was going to be in like a lot of sauce. It's kind of light on the sauce. So it looks like a tomato-based sauce, but it could be pepper. And then, I don't mean like black pepper. Obviously, it's black pepper. Let's see. Black pepper. Black pepper is the third ingredient behind eel and water. Sugar, salt, soybean, wheat, vinegar, onion sauce. That's interesting. Soy sauce. Let's see what else. I don't see tomatoes or peppers in here. But, there's obviously something. Let's see how close we can get there. So again, this is Old Fisherman. That is from Tong Yen, and this particular eel is conger eel, which begs the question: what is the sushi name for conger eel? Again, what is the sushi name for conger eel? If you're going to get conger eel in a sushi place, what is it going to be called? All right, let's see. I'll leave that connected. That's fine. We're just gonna stick a fork in it and just do it like this. These are big fillets. Now it looks like they still have the bones in it, but I'm guessing the bones are edible, sort of like in a sardine. That's a big piece of fish right there. That's meaty. Oh, it's very meaty. Nice chewiness to it. I mean, not like rubber, but there's a nice texture to it. Tastes fried. Could be fried. And then you get that real eel flavor comes in afterwards, but so does the pepper. So on the first few bites, you don't really get the pepper, the black pepper. And then towards the end, it finishes with the black pepper. So it finishes with the eel and the black pepper. All the things that are in the sauce are really nice, and you get that. That's your first bite. But then eventually you get to the taste of the eel and the black pepper. That's really good. I don't like that. I'm going to have another piece. I don't have to, but I'm going to. That's actually small for an eel. That's good. That's thumbs up. It's roasted. Has anybody else ever had roast eel? Anybody out there had roast eel? It's really good. Okay, our question is, what is the sushi name for conger eel? Let's see. Your prop says Henry. Ice Hen says Ralph. Janice says Anago. Well, unfortunately, Janice, you're wrong. It is Billy Bob. Billy Bob is the name of the eel. No, I'm kidding. It is Anago. And I think the other one is called, if I'm not mistaken, is Inagi. And Inagi, the difference is one is a ocean eel and one is a freshwater eel, like a river eel. And I think Anago is the is the saltwater eel, and inagi is the freshwater eel, if I'm not mistaken. Janice, do you know? You know that? I mean, seriously, do you know? Learned as a kid with potatoes and parsley sauce. Eel, you're talking about? I love eel. In a lot of different culture, pan-fried eel, yeah. One of the times I was in the UK, I was in London, and I went over to Greenwich. And in Greenwich, there was this little cafe that had jellied eel. I'd never tried jellied eel before. So again, it's served cold. And I think it's the collagen in the eel itself that congeals around the eel. And it's really nice. But, you know, if cold gelatinous eel is not your bag, then you're probably not going to like it. Ed says that unagi is better tasting. It is freshwater. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. That anago is the saltwater one. That's the one we're eating now, the conger eel. The freshwater one is, well, maybe that's why, because it's a freshwater eel. There are all kinds of eels. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different types of eels. There's hagfish, there's lamprey eels, and I think you can eat all of them. We had a disastrous experience with hagfish. We tried to make hagfish one time. I think we filmed the episode and we put the episode out anyways, just because it was funny how horrific it was. Now I'd have to go back and check to see if we actually did that. But I mean, I'm pretty sure we put the episode out. So we tried to make hagfish, and I still want to try it properly prepared. We definitely did not properly prepare it. That jelly stuff, nope. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like gelatin, like Jello. You know, gelatin typically comes from cooking down the bones. Now I think I think it's not animal. I think it's you know, it's vegan, basically. But historically, you got that from cooking down the bones and the skin of like cows. I think mostly cows. Like if you ever have a ham, you know, you ever cook a big ham, put it in the refrigerator, you take it out the next day, it's going to have that gelatin on it. Head cheese utilizes that gelatin to actually hold it together. So basically what you do is you cook the pig's head in a big pot, cook it down with the trotters. You cook it down, chop up the pieces, put it in like a bread pan, fill it with the broth from cooking the pig, and put it in the refrigerator. And when it comes out, it's, you know, it's a solid gelatin. And then you just slice that into lunch meat. We've done plenty of stuff with head cheese before. Eels for years were an argument for spontaneous generation because their reproductive cycle is so difficult to track. Well, the other thing for spontaneous generation was flies. So somebody would leave out a piece of meat, and flies would land on it, and then miraculously, after a period of time, maggots would appear, which would turn into flies. And so people would go like, oh my God, these are just spontaneously generating. They were not spontaneously generating. The flies were laying eggs on the steak, but you know, it wasn't until the invention of the microscope that they figured that out. Hagfish. Oh, thank you very much, Janice. Apparently we did air the hagfish episode. So if you want to see an epic fail, just check that out. So Janice posted the link right there. All right. Anago. That's actually pretty good. All right. Do I have the basis for a decent lunch? Not yet. I do have like freeze-dried pineapple that doesn't taste like pineapple. These are good. Let's hope we have some better luck with some of the other stuff. All right. Ooh, this sounds good. All right. This is really, really strange. All right. So the brand is called Gugën. You can see there, Gugën. The brand is Gugën. These are Gugën. The product line is called Gugën. These are Gugën garlic butter pretzels. Doesn't that sound delicious? This is a product of South Korea, because we're doing like a United Nations thing here today. And this is from Wang Food. Wang Food was originally founded in Seoul, South Korea as Samyeon Trading Company in 1970. We don't know by whom. And garlic butter pretzel just sounds really, really interesting. So as long as we're on the subject of garlic, what is the name of the edible flower stalk of a garlic plant? So we're talking about the whole stalk. So basically you have the garlic as the bulb in the ground. It sends up a stalk, and then you have a flower on the end of it. So that whole edible flower stalk, what is the name of that edible flower stalk? All right, let's try this. Korean cracker pretzel. I would have thought the name is Gugën. I would have thought these would be Germany, but they're not German. And apparently they have 3 nutritional value things, one for U.S. consumers, one for Australian consumers, and one for Canadian consumers. Everything's in English, except the whatever that is. Oh, it has aspartame in it. That's interesting. And it has aspartame. Aspartame is the same thing as, what do they call that? Not Splenda. Equal, I think, is aspartame. It's what they put in Diet Coke. And there's all kinds of questions about health risks of ingesting aspartame. I wonder if this has a Proposition 65 warning. This is made in South Korea. Yep, it does. Has a Proposition 65 warning. You fake cancer. Don't say it too loud about the maggots. You summon John King. Wouldn't that be funny if John King all of a sudden shows up? Did I hear maggots? Did somebody say maggots? Well, the thing is I think John challenged us, right? And I think he's like, do maggots, and then I did maggots. I don't know if he was surprised or just really happy that I did as he asked. Oh, I was expecting these pretzels to be bigger. I imagine that this writing here, this tiny little writing here, probably says not actual size, because it is not actual size. Look at the size of these things. They're tiny. Oh, those are good. Wow. I know there's pretzels. I know these are pretzels because they look like pretzels. They taste like pretzels, but with everything else that's on them, that garlic butter, well, that is really nice. Wow. I mean, look at those little guys. I don't get it. Unlike any pretzels I've eaten before, those are really, really good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love pretzels. Like the sourdough pretzels, the Snyder's ones that come in a box. I could eat a whole box of those in one sitting. I love pretzels. I like the soft ones. I like the crunchy ones. The rolled gold ones, in a pinch. I'm driving down the highway. There's a gas station, has some snacks. I'm probably going to go with the rolled gold pretzels. These are really good. That has a really buttery taste. Might even be like fake butter. Let's see. Artificial flavor, toasted butter. So the butter's a fake flavor. But it's so good. Still going to get a thumbs up. Beer snack, definitely a beer snack. And hey, I just happen to have some beer. All right. So the question was, what is the name of the edible flower stalk of the garlic plant? Let's see. Janice said garlic scape. I think Janice was the only one that answered. Yeah, it is called the scape, the garlic scape. If you go into some markets, you can actually find those. Just or some of them where they leave the garlic scape attached to the garlic. The problem with leaving the garlic scape attached to the garlic is if you allow that to bud and to actually bloom, the plant will put all of its energy into the stalk, into the flower stalk, and you'll end up with small, very, very small garlic cloves. So that's why typically what they'll do is they'll chop those once the bud starts on the top of it, they'll usually cut that off so that the bulb spends all of its energy, making the bulb bigger. But like some people don't use the escapes and they just throw them away. They just say like, well, we want the garlic to be bigger, but we just throw the escapes away. And then other creative people will saute that in butter. It still has that garlic flavor, but it's a lot less pungent than garlic itself. Anybody here ever eaten garlic escapes? Anybody ever had them? Like pan fried in butter? They're amazing. Do you like Dot's homestyle pretzels? I do, except some of them are a little bit, some of them, the coating that they put on it, the spice, whatever you want to call it, is a little bit too intense. And so not necessarily like hot and spicy, but just like salty and just like you can't eat a lot of it. It like kind of dries your mouth out. So that's the only thing I don't like about some of Dot's flavors. In general, they're really, really good. But some of the flavors just have so much seasoning in it that it kind of dries your mouth out and it's unpleasant after a while. Initially the flavor is really, really good, but kind of catches up with you. Never had garlic escapes. They're hard to find. I think maybe like if you look at a place like Whole Foods, they might have garlic escapes. And then some of the Asian markets, because they use everything. So I would like 99 Ranch Market might have that. H Mart might have them. So fake cancer sugar. Does that mean that they were talking about aspartame Europrop? So I'm guessing that means that like they say that it causes cancer, but it doesn't, or it's a fake sugar that causes cancer or something. I'm not sure what the three words together mean, but that's what the word is that they say that. I don't know if that's what the health risk is for aspartame. And apparently, if you have a condition if you're a phenylketonuria, whatever that is, then it's bad for you. And maybe it's not bad for everybody else. I'm not 100% sure on that. So, but yeah, that is what they put in Diet Coke. At least they don't put stevia in there. And I guess stevia is better for you, but I just don't like the flavor of stevia at all. That is a good beer. Although most of it's on the desk. All right. Let's see. Was that 4? That's 1, 2, 3. That's 4. Okay. It is time. Let's see how we do on time. We're at the top of the hour. We're doing perfectly. It is time for our soft drink. Now, I got to tell you, this is pretty funny, is that this bottle was sweating a little bit. And when it did, the label was like slipping off. So this is the label that was on the back of it. And it just came right off. So this is Club Mate. This is the original Club Mate. And Club Mate is a product of Germany, which is strange, and you'll find out why afterwards. Club Mate was founded in Germany by, it was originally created in 1924 by a German company called Giola Beverages, which was founded in Dietenhofen, Germany, by G. Latier in 1898. It was originally called Sekt Bronte. The rights to the drink were acquired in 1994 by the Loscher Brewery, which began marketing under the name Club Mate. So if the name mate sounds familiar to you, it is yerba mate. It is a yerba mate tea. I guess it's a tea made from a plant which is called yerba mate. And there's a bunch of different yerba mate drinks. Typically, yerba mate is made, or traditionally, it's made hot, and it is served in a gourd. So basically, they take the gourd. You've probably seen it. It has like They cut the top off the gourd. It's dry gourd. They cut the top off of it. Usually has some like very fancy silver work and stuff like that. And then there's a straw that you drink it out of the gourd. But it is a plant that has naturally occurring caffeine in it. It is a member of the holly family, I believe. So it's just odd that that you would find a yerba mate drink from Germany, especially one that was originally created in 1898. Which leads to our question, from where did the yerba mate originate? From where did yerba mate originate? All right, so we're going to give this a try. They call it a tea, but it's not from the same type of plant as a tea. Hey, Dave Aitken is here. Welcome, Dave. Glad you could make it. Thanks for joining us today. We're having fun, I think. Well, we had a little less fun when we spilled the beer. Well, with the beer, it did a little Vesuvius all over the table, but there's enough of it left to enjoy. No particular smell. Let's use a small glass. Obviously, it is carbonated. There's a lot of bubbles in there. Look at all those bubbles. Big bubbles. It's not overly sweet. I don't know how much sugar is in there. It's 70 calories for the whole bottle. Let's see. Sugar is 17 grams. Ingredients: carbonated water, glucose fructose syrup, sugar, yerba mate extract, citric acid, caffeine, and natural flavors. The caffeine is naturally occurring. It's very light. It almost has like a ginger ale taste. It's sort of a ginger ale taste, but then it is a sort of like maybe a chamomile taste as well. And again, this is the plant that is used to make yerba mate is a member of the holly family. I don't know which member of the holly family, and I don't know what a holly would taste like specifically. That's interesting. It's really interesting. It's very light, but also very leafy. You know, it tastes leafy, and there's this like kind of slight ginger ale hint to it. It's a very unusual drink. I've had yerba mate before. I don't remember it tasting quite like this, but I think the carbonation might throw it off a little bit. I'm still going to give that a thumbs up. I'm still going to give that a thumbs up. All right, so the question was, from where did yerba mate originate? Let's see. Looks like Janice is the only one that guessed, and she said originated with the indigenous people of South America, particularly the Guarani. Yes, that is true. Particularly the Guarani, they cultivated it and used it to make yerba mate. But very specifically, it originated in the area that is now Paraguay. So Paraguay, the area that's now Paraguay, is where yerba mate was first cultivated and cultivated by the Guarani people, which I think may be related to Brazilian energy drinks have something in it called guarana. I think Red Bull might even have guarana in it. Has something in it called guarana, which is a Brazilian thing, and it might be either the same plant or a similar plant. It has a natural caffeine in it. It's pretty good. I like that it's unique and different. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. All right, now comes the time where we kind of mix these together, and all bets are off here. All right, here we go. That is an odd taste, almost medicinal. And then it is kind of cooling, like almost like a mint cooling kind of thing going on there. It almost tastes like something aged in a wooden barrel. Like it has like almost like an oak flavor to it. You know, like not like root beer, but like some sort of alcohol that's been kind of aged in a wooden barrel. It almost has that flavor. Kind of medicinal. Now, I like kind of the medicinal flavored sodas like Moxie, Dr. Pepper, and stuff like that. Some people don't, and I understand that. That's okay. I like it, and maybe I'm not like crazy about it, liking it and everything, but I do like it, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up, trending downward slightly, just because it has that medicinal taste that I think might be some off-putting to some people, but it's not too bad. Alrighty, so now we're back into our other snacks. Do my housekeeping here. Housekeeping. Has anybody else ever had this Club Mate or a yerba mate soda? Anybody? Let's go back to our poll here. Do you get notification when we're going to do a live stream? 91% say yes. 9% says no. So it sounds like you guys are getting notification when we're doing the live stream. So that's a good thing. So I don't need to worry about that. And I would worry about that. Okay. All right. So let's go to our next snack. Ooh, this is fun. It's just fun because of the language. And there's not much information about this. So these are Shuang Big Crab Crackers Chips. Shuang Big Crab, I mean, it says it right there. Big Crab Crackers Chips. Well, actually, I take that back. It's chip. It's singular. But I know there's more than one in this bag. Big Crab Crackers Chip. Really, really strange. I don't understand that completely. This is a product of China. I know nothing else about it. No information about who manufactures it. No information anything about it. Let's see. It has to have. Oh, yeah. There's the Proposition 65 warning. Best before January 20th, 2026. Well, we're good there. And not a lot of information. It does have crab, shrimp, sugar, salt, edible starch, edible essence. I have no idea what that is. Edible essence. Like he has that certain essence, and it's edible. Wheat flour, palm oil, sugar, salt. Interesting. All right. So now here's the funny thing. It does say it has crab and shrimp in it, but there's no warning that says, if you're allergic to crab or shrimp, you probably shouldn't eat these. I think we're going to be able to open this one from the bottom. Even though it is one of those packages from Asia that's pumped with air or pumped with something. There is some writing in here, on this part of the package, but it's black writing on that green and yellow, and it's just completely unreadable. Found a new soda line when I was at a store called No Cap. I didn't get it, though. Oh, that's too bad. It's probably really good. No Cap. FR. Either that or it just had no cap. It was bussin', as the kids say. What am I talking about? Most of you are kids. We have a birthday today, and he's 24 years old. My kids are older than that. Ooh, these are weird. They don't smell like seafood, which a lot of these things that have crab and shrimp and stuff in them do smell like seafood. This one does not. But maybe you get that. They're like little pillows. Here, see that. Odd. Oh, one of the flavors was called No Cap. Almost. I don't know if you can relate to this, but it almost tastes like yak cheese. And there's a specific flavor of cheese, of yak cheese. I'm thinking there's no dairy in here. It also does not have a strong crab and shrimp flavor. It's slight, it's there, but it's just not strong. It's not overpowering. And that's actually a good thing, because I think with some of these, that seafood flavor can be so overpowering that people are just kind of like not liking it too much. So that's actually a good thing. I'm going to move this a little bit because we're getting a lot of glare on my glasses. That didn't help. I think it's from down here. Oh well. Yeah, it's like really the crab flavor is subtle. And so like if you don't like seafood, you might like these. The texture is really strange. I would say they're crispy, but maybe like the texture of those little pretzels, but they're hollow. It's a strange little snack. Now, I'm going to say, again, if you're somebody who does not like seafood, you might actually like these because that flavor is there, but the flavor is subtle. And so it's not like overpowering seafood flavor. Very interesting, very strange little snack. I'm going to give that thumbs up. Thumbs up for that one. Oh, that was one of the flavors was called bussin'. That's funny. 6-7. All right. I did not ask the question. I'll ask it now. The question was, because we're talking about crab, what crab is typically used for soft-shelled crab? And if you don't know what soft-shelled crab is all crabs, all crustaceans molt because they outgrow their shell. And so what they do is they back out of their shell, and before right when they back, their bodies are soft, and they're soft so that they can get out of their shell. And what happens is they back out of their shell, and their shell needs time to harden. So it's because again it's soft, so they can get out of their shell. And what they do is they harvest the crab before it has a chance to harden. The shell has a chance to harden. Most of the times they batter them and fry them and put them in a sandwich. That's most of the way they eat soft-shelled crab. But they use a specific type of crab. Typically use a specific type of crab, and so that's why you'll find soft-shell crab sandwiches in a certain region. And anybody ever had it? You're going to think this is weird. So anybody ever had soft-shell crab? But has anybody else had tarantula? And the reason I say that is because a friend of mine, David Gordon, who calls himself the Pug Chef, he was making tempura fried tarantula. And to me, tempura, we were eating the legs, and to me, it tasted like soft-shell crab. It was really, I could find very little difference between soft-shell crab and tarantula. They were very, very similar flavors. All right, so Janice answered that. It is blue crab. It is the Chesapeake blue crab. So if you go into the Maryland, the area of Maryland and Virginia, where the Chesapeake Bay is, that's where they get the blue crab. And blue crab is the one typically used for soft-shell crab. I think they molt once a year, and so it's not like a common thing. But if they catch them and immediately freeze them or kill them, then the shell stays soft and doesn't harden. Oh, Julie is here. Glad to see you were able to stream from your jail cell, Dad. Hello, Dad. I'm in jail. Say hi to Mom for me from jail. Yeah, it does kind of look like a jail cell, doesn't it? You see the bars back here and stuff. So I just got to keep it down a little bit so the warden doesn't find out. Hey, Jules, how are you? Hey, I called you earlier. Didn't get a call back, but that's okay. Call me later. Call me later today. Call me after the stream. We'll talk. I was just thinking about you. That's all. All righty. So that was the Shuang, big crab crackers chip. I know. I thought it was weird too. Okay, everybody's saying hi. Did anyone else come in? Did anybody? I see 10 people listed, and I think I forgot to say hi to somebody. If it was you, please tell me who you are. I don't want to do that. I don't want to miss anybody. We're small, so I don't mean like we're tiny people. I mean we're small, so so we should be able to say hello to everybody who comes in. All right, these are weird. So these are Gugën Gather is the product line. These are pizza flavored cashews from Gugën Gather. I don't know who comes up with like, hey, let's make pizza flavored cashews. I don't know. It's really strange. But this is the Gugën Gather product line. Gugën Gather is a product line of Target. So the Gugën Gather product line was launched by Target in 2019. Target was founded by John Gase and Douglas Dayton in 1962 for Dayton's, which was founded as Goodfellows Dry Goods in 1902 in Roseville, Minnesota. That's a mouthful, isn't it? All right. So as long as we're talking about origins and states and we're talking about pizza, how about this one? In which U.S. state did bar pizza originate? Which U.S. state bar pizza? I know you guys are talking like there's deep dish pizza, there's Detroit pizza, there's New Haven pizza, there's bar pizza as well. So in what U.S. state was bar pizza first created? I was out in Salem, Mass. When you called, it was loud as heck. Call me after stream. Oh, okay. I'll be on the couch recovering from a visit to Salem, Mass. Well, I mean, Salem, Mass should be okay now. It's post Halloween. Halloween, I think, Jules, we went to Salem. Was it 2 weeks before? No. It was before maybe about 2 weeks before Halloween, and we were probably on that kind of tail end. But like but several hours into that day, it just started getting really, really crowded. So it was less about the area, more about my poor choice in beverages. Oh no. You probably get your poor choice of beverages from me. Hey, Tom is here. Everybody, old guy in Colorado, Tom himself. I mean, his last name isn't himself, but Tom has decided to join us today. Thank you, Tom. Good to see you again. I think we talked. What night was that? Friday night? Friday night. Saturday? Yesterday? Friday. I think Friday night. We were writing some more for the George and Pudgy show, which, as you may or may not know, is a radio show created by the Old Guy Radio Players, which is Tom Raymond's other channel besides Old Guy in Colorado, the Old Guy Radio Players. He does right now 3 radio shows. I think he's planning on adding more. So there's the George and Pudgy show, which again is sort of like the Honeymooners. I get to play Pudgy because I'm Pudgy. And Mason Jennings, who is a detective, and Myers Crossing, which is kind of a Western. So I participate in those, and it is a lot of fun to do them, and I hope you guys enjoy those. So Tom, put up the link for Old Guy Radio Players and everything. If you guys have not checked that out and have not heard any of the, basically Tom creates these shows as if they were a radio show from 1947. And so they're actually like, it's a lot of fun to listen to, a lot of fun to do and everything. And really, really good. He has the genre down to a science. So definitely check that out if you get a chance. All right. Gugën Gather pizza cashews. And our question again, for those of you who just came in, is in which U.S. state did bar pizza originate? Who makes cashews that taste like pizza? Let's see, what are the ingredients here? Salt, tomato powder, sugar, cheddar cheese. Nobody puts cheddar cheese on a pizza, or nobody who knows anything about pizza puts cheddar cheese on it. Well, that's not true. I think Detroit pizza might have cheddar cheese, but it has brick cheese on it. Garlic powder, yeast, spice, paprika, onion powder. I guess the only thing missing is the pizza dough, and hopefully they're hoping that cashews are a substitute for pizza dough. Tom put up the link there, so when you guys get a chance, definitely check that out. And if you enjoy it, which I know you will, subscribe, leave a comment, like the videos. Why do we have 2 old guys in Colorado? Tom, what are you doing to us? Are there 2 Toms? Oh, I didn't notice Nashies. I'm sorry. Hey, Nashies. Glad you can make it. I see you back up there somewhere. I did not see you sneak into the room. Welcome, Nashies. Glad you could make it. So did I miss anybody else? I don't think so. If I did, let me know. Ah, okay. So you have a old guy radio players user and a old guy in Colorado user. Very clever. My problem with a lot of these pizza flavored things, they somehow leave something out, you know? This one's pretty good. The spices, the tomato, the cheese flavor, spot on. It's very weird because it's on cashews. So like it'd be like a cashew dough pizza. But those general pizza flavors are there. The only thing that's missing is the flavor of the dough or the crust. And the cashews kind of do a good job of you know, adding that kind of base or the palate to that. Yeah, again, I'm just sometimes disappointed with a lot of the products that are supposed to be pizza flavored. I think they come pretty close to hitting the mark. I'm going to kind of give them a thumbs up. Maybe not an enthusiastic thumbs up because, like, why are they on cashews? Thumbs up nonetheless, because I think a really good job of replicating that pizza experience. Now, let me ask you guys this. What would you say of all the things that you had that are pizza flavored, like Doritos or whatever, of the things that you've had that are pizza flavored, which of those do you think have come the closest to actually being kind of pizza flavored? What do you guys think? What have you had that you think is kind of pizza flavored? Yeah, those are good. That's a thumbs up. So the question was, since we were talking about pizza, in which U.S. state did bar pizza originate? Let's see. Let's see. It looks like Janice is the only one that answered. Julie, I'm surprised you didn't answer, but maybe you figure that you can't answer because you know exactly. Janice says Massachusetts, which the question was which state, but she specifically says Brockton. Yeah, bar pizza, which is a thin crust pizza with a crispy cracker-like crust, originated in the bars in the South Shore of Boston, Massachusetts. So not Boston itself, South Shore. So in general, if you're in the Boston area and like people say, are you from the North Shore or the South Shore? Oh, I'm from the North Shore. Like, where in the North Shore? Brockton. It's like Brockton, South Shore. You know, it's like south of Boston, but sort of along the coast. It's considered South Shore. North of Boston, but along the coast is considered North Shore. So North Shore, I'm not sure where the point of delineation is, like how far up it goes before it's no longer considered North Shore. But like Andover or Salem, those are all considered North Shore cities. Jules, do you know what the generally regarded line is where North Shore and South Shore stops? I don't remember the name of the old school pizza snacks look like wagon wheels. I wonder if they're like the botanas, the Mexican botanas, but they made them pizza flavored. Pizza flavored goldfish. I think we tried that. Julie, did we try pizza flavored goldfish? Back in the 80s, there was a tortilla chip that tastes like pizza. Can't remember the name, but they were good. And it was not necessarily Doritos, right? Your prop says pizza. Yeah, nothing is more pizza flavored than pizza. For me, I think the combos come pretty close. I think the pizza flavored combos for me. The pizza flavored Pringles kind of didn't do them for me. I didn't really get the pizza flavored Pringles. I didn't really get much of pizza in it. Not Doritos had pizza in the name. Oh, back in the 80s. Well, I should remember that. I was in my 20s in the 80s. Calbee makes a good pizza chip. What do they call it, Janice? Like, is it Calbee brand pizza chip? And is it a corn chip, like a tortilla chip, a potato chip? Combos, and I think that those were the margarita pizza flavored Cheez-Its we delivered pretty good. Yeah, they weren't bad. I don't know. I think like all you have to do really for margarita pizza flavored is if you have wheat or something that kind of substitutes for the crust, you just have to have that Parmesan. I mean the basil flavor and the what's the cheese? Not cheddar flavor, but they were called pizza spins. I don't remember pizza spins. I'll have to check that out. I remember pizza flavored cheese nips back in the day. Did they still, Jeff? Interesting that you say that, because now you mention it, I remember cheese nips because they were like kind of oval shaped. They look like a very, very tiny sub roll. They were like long and slender and kind of like rounded at the ends. I do remember those, but I haven't seen them in like a long, long time. So do they even still make cheese nips? Do they still make cheese nips? Anybody know if they still make? They were little, like they were not little breadsticks. They were tiny breadsticks. They were like minuscule breadsticks. They were only about that big. But yeah, why would they call them nips though if they're breadsticks? That's kind of weird. They're called Calbee pizza potato chips. We'll have to try those. Anything north of the Tobin is North Shore. Well, Maine is north of the Tobin, Jules. I don't think Maine is the North Shore, right? So it stands to reason that Charlestown and Chelsea and I don't think Everett's on the coast. Well, Everett's still considered North Shore. Malden, Medford, Revere, they're all considered North Shore. But I didn't just know how far up it goes, to still be in the North Shore. So if the term North Shore sounds familiar to you, it's because we did an episode on North Shore beefs. And what North Shore beefs are a roast beef sandwich specific to the North Shore of Boston. And they were first created by Kelly's roast beef on River Beach. Nobody went to Kelly's for their roast beef. And maybe when they first came out, they were actually good, maybe. But over the years, the quality really went down on their sandwiches, and so they were more famous for their fried clams and the fried seafood and stuff. And the quality's kind of gone down on that, and the price has gone way up on that. But typically, the North Shore beefs. North Shore beefs is a very competitive thing, and so there's some Facebook groups that do North Shore beefs, and is very like very hostile. It's a very hostile environment. Like somebody says, I like Bill and Bob's, and somebody will like Bill and Bob's. That's not even roast beef. That's probably from a dead rodent or something. Like it gets really, really iffy. So I think the basics of a North Shore roast beef is onion roll, rare roast beef. You can't overcook it. Mayo and James River barbecue sauce. Oh, and a slice of white American cheese, if I'm not mistaken. Jules, did I get that right? Oh, thank you, Janice. Janice posted our North Shore beef sandwich crawl. I think on that episode we did 4 different beefs, 4 different North Shore beefs. So yeah, North Shore, yeah, South Shore. Jules, what was the name of the place? What was the name of the pizza place where we went when they did the first bar pizza? Do you remember? I think it was in, I want to say Randolph. Is that right? Randolph? Brockton. Cape Cod. Was it at Cape Cod? Cape Cod Pizza, right? Was the ones that did the first bar pizza. Is that right, Jules? It was like a oh no, that wasn't that. No, that was different. That was different. That was the one where we got the pickle pizza. So I don't want to give too much away because that is going to be in our epic Thanksgiving episode. So it's going to be, I don't remember if it was the first one, the second one, or the third. Yeah, it's not the third one because the third one is just the Plymouth Rock. But I think it might be the first one or the second one. Where that was in Randolph. And that was the place we went to. Yeah, it was a VFW. Then they make bar, and it's really they were not the originators of bar pizza. I think the originators of bar pizza was the what did I call it before? That place that you and I went to. What was that one? Was Bay something? I can't remember. It's the one that they have that, like, if you go to the grocery store, they have there. Yeah, Cape Cod Pizza, exactly. Yeah, Cape Cod Pizza. What I think they were the originators of the bar pizza. And then you have beach pizza, and the beach pizza is from the North Shore. So North Shore has beach pizza, South Shore has bar pizza. Two completely different kinds of pizza, but some of the ones that are overlooked in the big pizza wars when everyone's arguing about about pizza, I'm just gonna say this because I know that it causes argument with people. Is that they'll say Chicago doesn't do pizza; they do some kind of casserole or something. It's like, it's deep dish pizza. It's pizza. It's just different. Detroit pizza is different. New York style pizza is different. Greek pizza is different. New Haven pizza is different. Bar pizza is different. Beach pizza is different. They're all, St. Louis pizza is different, and one of them are not better than the other ones. It's just a different kind of pizza, and some people just don't like that kind of pizza, and that's okay. It doesn't mean it's better or not as good. So the true comparison is not by saying Gino's Dice in Chicago is better than Sally's in New Haven. You can't say that they're better. They're completely different types of pizza and everything. So in that genre, you can have something that you can say is better. Like you could say Sally's is better than Frank Pepe. You could say that Gino's East is better than Duet's, or Giordano's. But I just get really upset when I see people saying like Chicago pizza is better than New York pizza, or New Haven pizza is better than Detroit pizza. They're not better. They're different. And it's not fair to compare those. And within those genres, though, you can have some that you can say are better than others. But just to compare, it's like apples and oranges. They're both fruit, but they're different fruit. Sicilian pizza. Oh yeah, the puppy squares, cafeteria pizza. I have not had, so cafeteria pizza, I guess, is the kind that they serve in schools, like for school lunches. I worked in a school cafeteria when I was in junior high, which I was only in junior high for 1 year because I went to a Catholic school, which had the 2 other years wrapped up in that same school. So I only went, I think this was 9th grade in public school, and they had a cafeteria there. And I was actually a cafeteria worker, but I don't remember pizza. I don't remember doing them having pizza in the cafeteria. And then by the time I got to high school, public school, got to high school, they didn't have a cafeteria, and they let everybody go home or they let everybody out of the school at lunch. You either had to bring a lunch, or you'd go to one of the restaurants or something in the area. So we went off along on pizza. All right, that's okay though. We're here to talk about food and travel, right? That's what we do. That's what we try to do. Okay, now we're going to get into the maybe spicy stuff. So why did I get fuzzy all of a sudden? I don't like being fuzzy. Make it stop. These are, come back. No, it will eventually. These are Riquitas, platanitos, plantain chips. Platanitos are like little plantains. These are, it's funny because they say plantain chips with chili and lemon flavored. They're not lemon flavored because it says right here, con sabor a chile limón. Limón is not lemon. Let's see if we can see that. Yeah, limón is not lemon. Limón is what we call a lime. So a limón is the green one, which we call a lime. So people sometimes say, well, what's a lemon? A lemon is a limón amarillo. So they really consider it the same thing, just a yellow limón. So it says with chili and lemon flavored. Now, look, if it was going to be lemon flavored, they should make that in yellow, but it's not lemon flavored. It's lime. So it's with chili and lime flavored. Pasabocas de plátano con sabor a chile limón. Extra crunchy. So again, the product line is called Riquitas. This is a product of Colombia. Colombia with an O, not with a U. Riquita snacks are distributed by Montalban Sales, founded in 1991 by Carmen and Marcos Montalban in Ontario, California. So as long as we're on the subject of plantains, which we are, what is the name of the twice fried and flattened plantains popular in Latin American countries? What is the name of the, I guess you could say a dish, right? What is the name of the twice fried and flattened plantains popular in Latin American countries? All right. There's actually two answers to this. I'll take either one. Some of the Caribbean countries call it something a little bit different than the landlocked Latin American countries. Almost looks like marble cake. No, I just don't remember we had pizza. How old would I have been there? I don't know, 14 or 15. The funny thing is my junior high yearbook, they have pictures of people in the different doing the different things, like different clubs and stuff. And there's a picture of me in with the cafeteria workers, and I'm wearing an Easy Wider t-shirt. If anybody needs an explanation as what Easy Wider is, let me know. I'd be happy to tell you. Where's the heat and where's the lime? There's a little bit of a heat on the finish. It's really subtle. And I'm not really getting much lime flavor. Excuse me, limon. I mean, it has that nice plantain flavor, but it's like somebody spilled the limeade on the chips before they made it. Oh, wait, hang on. It varies. There's that sour, that citrus sour. It's almost like a vinegar flavor, but you just get pockets of it. And it's a weird texture. It's like, I don't want to say plastic because plastic is, unchewable and edible. But there's this unusual texture there. I think, here's the thing. I like the flavor. I like that there's hints of lime. I like that there's hints of spice, of chili there. But they're just kind of hints, and you just get pockets of them. So I think the thing is here saying that they're extra crunchy. They are extra crunchy. But here it's saying that plantain chips with limon and chili, they need to try a little bit harder. So they're gonna get a thumbs up. It tastes good and everything. Get a thumbs up, but turning down turning downward because they need to amp up both the heat and the lime flavor. All right, so our question was, what is the name of the twice fried and flattened plantains popular in Latin American countries? So let's see. Nashi said tostones. Janice Yamanaka said tostones. You are both correct, but also patacones. In Colombia, certainly, and in some of the other South American countries, they're called patacones. And they basically, what they'll do is, rather than to have like little individual ones like this, they'll put a bunch of them together, maybe like tortilla sized, and then they put stuff on top of it. It's like chicken, vegetables, other things on top of that, and then there's just sort of the whole thing like that. So what they do with the patacones, that's what they do with tostones. Tostones are typically like round, and then the patacones are more oval in shape. But yeah, they're delicious nashis. I don't know that I would buy them. Like I don't know I would go to a store to buy them and everything, because I think they're much better when they're freshly made. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's like they just they're sort of fried in butter, and they're twice fried in butter, and then they smash them down so that they're flat like that. Really good. I like them. All right. Did we get that? Yeah, we did get the trivia question there. All right. Let's see how we doing on time. Oh, we're doing fine. We got 15 minutes left and one snack. One snack left. Zapps, you guys all know Zapps. You guys have done Zapps chips before, and you've probably done the Voodoo, but this is Voodoo heat. So it's supposed to be hotter because it's Voodoo heat. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be a Voodoo doll, but it looks more like Pennywise the Clown. And there's little Voodoo dolls all over you. I just noticed that there's a little yellow Voodoo doll up there. There's a green Voodoo doll. There's a red Voodoo doll. Zapp's potato chips, New Orleans kettle-style Voodoo heat. Now, Zapp's was originally founded in 1985 by Ron Zapp, Z-A-P-P-E, not Z-A-P-P, by Ron Zapp in Gramercy, Louisiana. The company was sold to Utz, I don't know. Remember Utz. The company was sold to Utz Quality Foods of Hanover, PA, after Zapp's death in 2010. So here's a question about Zapp's. What is Zapp's most popular chip? It's not Voodoo heat. What is Zapp's most popular potato chip? You had this one? Ooh, they have a kick. Are you still wanting to have a collab with Nashies? I don't recall what we're going to make. Yes, Tom, we were going to make, I think we're going to make, if I'm not mistaken, blackberry Twinkies. I think we're going to make blackberry Twinkies. But I am kind of without a kitchen right now. So if I can find some place where I have access to a kitchen, then we'll do that. But for the time being, I don't have access to a kitchen. So as soon as I have access to a kitchen, yeah, let's definitely do that. What is your favorite American snack? Well, JLC Worship, my favorite American snack. I'm going to think about. Well, I'm going to have to say my favorite American snack is probably Hanover's sourdough pretzels. So they're the really hard, the big pretzels. They're about that big. They're hard and crunchy, and they come in a box. That's probably my favorite American snack. I could probably sit. I shouldn't, and I don't anymore. But I could sit there and literally eat an entire box of those pretzels in one sitting. Sometimes I put mustard on them too. That really, I kind of like them dipped in mustard or something like that. Usually when I get pretzels, I do that anyways. I dip even the rolled gold or something like that. But I love pretzels, so yeah, I'd say my favorite American snack is probably the Snyder's hard sourdough pretzels. Yeah. Let's see. Yes, them are good. All right, here we go. Those are sweet. Something called Voodoo shouldn't be sweet. There's sugar in it. It's not one of the main ingredients. The main ingredient is potatoes. That's always good. I don't think it is in Pringles. Onion powder, spice, citric acid, garlic powder, natural flavor, paprika, turmeric extract for color, paprika for color, natural smoke flavor. I'm not getting a lot of natural smoke flavor. Where is the heat? I have to apologize sometimes. Sometimes when I'm reviewing stuff that's supposed to be hot, I'll take maybe one, maybe two. Maybe on the third one, I'm not just going to get the heat. And so my review is like, it's not hot at all. And then later, if I just happen to be snacking on the bag, by the fourth or fifth one, I'm like, oh, there's the heat. And I'm always surprised that it doesn't kick in like on the first like 2 or 3. So sometimes I do it a disservice by just having like 1 or 2 and then reviewing it, because a lot of that stuff builds. It does. I like the chips. They're very light and crispy. They're not greasy. They're not overly salted. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of spices on it. But again, they're light and crispy. The heat does build. They don't really stand out. Like they say Voodoo heat. That heat just doesn't sound like, even when you eat a bunch of them, you get the heat in there, but it's like a warmth more so than a heat. It's not really like something that anybody, no matter what their tolerance for capsaicin is, would have a problem with. Yeah, I'm not getting that. But they're good. They're tasty. Nice texture. Not overly salted. I'm going to say thumbs up, trending downward slightly. Something you're going to call something Voodoo heat. You need to amp up the heat, I think. So, but other than that, that's a good chip. Thumbs up, trending downward. Have you ever had pickle chips? I know that we have, JLC, but which one specifically? I've had the pickle Pringles. We've had, I think, the dill pickle kettle chips. I think we did the Lay's dill pickles. Jules, do you remember some of the other pickle chips that we did? We did the dill pickle, goldfish, but I don't know those are considered chips. Korean honey butter chips are fantastic. They sound better. Who makes those, Nashies? What brand are you talking about? Just making them? Because is there a brand of Korean honey butter chips? I don't think I've tried those. Ed says the Zapp's Voodoo chips are supposed to be like the all-dressed potato chips from Canada. They don't taste like them, though. They don't really taste like all-dressed. I love all-dressed chips, but not American. Like Lay's try to do all-dressed chips, and they're okay. But like I always got like, you're going to do, from Canada. You're absolutely right. Yeah, if you're going to do all-dressed chips, go with the Canadian brand, because when the Americans try to do all dressed or ketchup chips, when the Americans try to do ketchup chips, they do a great job. Lay's are the Korean honey butter chips. Is that what you're talking about, JLC? When Nashi said the Korean honey butter chips, is he talking about Lay's? Have you tried Pringles dill pickle? Yeah, we did. What did we? I'm trying to remember if we did those as a separate episode, or we did that as in a pickle, or we did that in a bunch of like when we did the Pringles. I think we did like 10 Pringles in one episode, or maybe it was a Pringles live stream that we did. But I remember we did the dill pickle Pringles, and you got that vinegar taste and everything, but you really didn't get that pickle taste, and it wasn't heavy on the dill, or I wasn't really crazy about the dill pickle Pringles. They're on Amazon or at an Asian market. Not sure the brand. Well, I will definitely have to try those, Nashies. Nashies, can you do me a favor? Can you put that in our either send me a text or send me a message or something, and let me know let me know about that, and we'll look for them. Street corn flavor, Pringles street corn flavor. That's the elote ones. The elote ones were pretty good. I think my favorite elote or street corn flavored things for me are the ones that are made with corn. So like if they did one of these that were street corn flavored, or like the corn nuts, the corn nut street corn flavor one are really good. If Trader Joe's did the Inca corn one, and then they did a street food corn elote flavor one, I think would be really good. So the ones that are like based on corn, like corn chips, tortilla chips, Fritos type corn chips and everything. Whenever you have something that's corn based, they always make a better. They're always better substrate, I guess, for elote flavored stuff. So I mean, I think we've done elote flavored popcorn. That one comes close, because again, if you're gonna do it with potato chips, you lose that corn flavor, that strong corn flavor, and with something like a corn chip or a tortilla chip or something, you don't have to, because the corn flavor is already in there. So it's always nice. Pringle Miller Lite. We did do that. We did do the Miller Lite Pringles. There were two of them. How long ago? Let me see. Hang on a second. I don't see those, but I know we did Miller Lite Pringles. I don't think we did it on the live stream. New Pringles. Maybe it was a new Pringles one. I know that we did it. I think maybe we did it as a new Pringles. Let me see. See if I can find it. Let me look online here at our yes, May 13th. May 13th of this year, we did Miller Lite inspired Pringles. And I think there were 3 of them. Let's see. 3 new Miller Lite inspired Pringles: beer can chicken, beer braised steak, and grilled beer brats. So there were 3 of them, and we did all 3. Let's see. Let me put the link up here. There's the link. So it was Goodbye, Mr. Chips, Miller Lite inspired Pringles. We did do those. Are you back in Massachusetts? I am not in Massachusetts currently. I am in California currently. But who knows how long I'll be here. So I'm kind of a nomad. I kind of like go a lot of different, I end up in a lot of different places. Currently, I'm in Southern California. But, for how long? Who's to say? Yeah. I'm not in Boston and not in Columbia. So back in the LA area. So I always find something to do no matter where I go. So, all right. Is that it? I think that is it. That is it. So we don't have any more snacks left. So it is time once again where we do Goop Mélange, and everything here is covered with beer. All right, let's do our Goop Mélange. Everything's in a nice, neat little place. All right, so we're going to start with our KSK Boy Bawang golden sweet corn butter flavored cornick. That ought to be enough of those. Okay. And our garlic butter, Gugën garlic butter pretzels. I'll break these up a little bit. I think, yeah. Sometimes we do things that are like disappointing. Sometimes we do things that are exceptional. And then sometimes we do things that are just good. They're just good. They're not crazy exceptional, and they're not terrible. Today, it seems like most of the stuff we did was pretty good. So, there was a couple of standouts, but nothing stood out as bad. Even when we mixed the Club Mate and the Brams beer together, even that was pretty good. So, so today, and not a lot of disappointments today. I need to before I do goût mélange, I just need to have like a bowl of water to wash my hands in. All right, I'm not going to break up these pizza cashews. I'm just going to kind of put them in whole. And our big crab crackers chips are not big, so I'm not going to break those up. All right, these are freeze-dried pineapple bites. I will have to, I think those are decent size. No, they're small. Like I said, they're like milk dud size. And we'll just pop those in. So remember before I said there were no disappointments today? I was wrong. These were a disappointment. Because where's the pineapple? And these I'm going to have to break up. Our chili and lime plantains. I think I got everything. That's going to be a decent snack mix. Nothing crazy there. Oh, no. Wait. But wait, there's more. Eel. I forgot the eel. It is time on Trippy Food when we do the goût mélange. All right, our eel. I forgot all about the eel. Let's see. That's a pretty big piece. We'll stick one. Let's put a couple in there. A couple of eel pieces. I got to cut these up. How many of you have had eel before in any form? So like jellied eel, eel in hot pot, eel in sushi. How many of you had eel in some form or another? And if you have had it, what did you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Because the thing about eel for me, it doesn't really have a fishy taste. It is a fish, but it doesn't have a fishy taste, I don't think. It has an unusual taste, and some people don't like that taste. But I'm just curious as to if you guys have ever had eel. In what form did you have eel, and did you like it? Jared, how have you had eel? And have you had it on sashimi? Like on sashimi rice? Have you had like cooked eel, stewed eel, jellied eel? How have you had it? We usually have eel broiled. That sounds good. Unless you're doing hagfish, and then it's a fiasco. All right, there we go. There's our goût mélange. Let's try this. Try to get a little bit of everything in there. I don't think it's good to eat it uncooked, Jared. Oh, and sushi. Even in sushi, I think it's cooked. I don't think they give you raw eel. Like when you have it on like sashimi style on the rice, I'm pretty sure that it's cooked. Janice, do you know? Like for sushi, the eel is almost always cooked, right? An eel sauce seared steak is where it's at. That sounds really good. There is nothing wrong with this at all. There's that sweetness from the chocolate. The eel gives it a meaty taste, but it's not fishy at all. Yeah, this one's nice. There's just a nice level of spices and salt. That goop is a thumbs up. Yeah, that's really good. I think it says a lot about the snacks that we have, the quality of the snacks that we have, that everything's pretty good. So, yeah, another good goop So I thank you all for joining us today. Again, in the future, might change it up a little bit. I think somebody suggested like maybe the first week of the month of doing a Saturday, which really helps the people like in Australia, Asia, in like China, Japan, that area. And I think it might even help the people in the UK because, you know, we'll have to work the next day or whatever. So we might do that. Just do like maybe once a month, do that. Might even change it up. Might even do like maybe more than one and do one during the week, like at night during the week. I don't know if you guys would be up for that. Depends on how many people would be interested in doing that. This one seems to work the best for everybody. Like I said, everybody except I know Greg of Tomorrow. Sometimes he can't do it because he's actually working right now in Australia, where it's actually tomorrow. So we'll figure that out. I'll try different things. Like I thought, well, do I want to wear the Boston Bruins jersey like for every live stream or something? I don't know. Change it up a little bit. So I'll figure it out. I haven't settled on a backdrop yet. And I haven't said, you know, it changes. Last week we had the horse's skull join us. I was going to put a camera in there, but you know, I don't know. Well, we'll see how it goes. But if you guys have any suggestions for things to do on the live stream and everything, you know, please let me know. Or even things you want to see on the episodes, let us know. We have a suggestion box, but you know, like I said, if you're on the live stream, don't be afraid to just, you know, kick that into the live chat. So again, I urge you to check out the other channels that we support. Nashies, Tom, old guy in Colorado, Janice Yamanaka. If you don't know who they are, I mean, there's some other ones that we don't mention because we don't really see them here in the chat. But really good channels nonetheless. And some of them are not like food or travel based, but ones that I've come across. And some of them are very professional channels with a lot of followers and everything, but just stuff I enjoy, like food history channels and things like that. So check them out. The ones, you know, the ones with millions of subscribers and everything, they may not need your support as much as other people, but if you do check out the channels and you do like them, which I think you will, then show them some love by subscribing to the channel, liking the videos, leaving comments on the videos and stuff like that, because that definitely helps. And if you enjoy our live streams and you enjoy our episodes and you have not yet subscribed, why don't you go ahead and do that? It's just a click of a button. I think you have to, you might have to create an account on YouTube, but you don't have to put any content in there and everything. It just, you know, if you have to do that, just do that. Don't do any fake stuff. Don't do any bot stuff or anything else like that. We want people who are really interested in the channel to subscribe, and we want you to check out other people's channels and give them support as well. Nashies, I forgot Nashies. So yeah, definitely check those out. But and we're cutting into Thanksgiving. So those of us in the U.S. Coming into Thanksgiving, a lot of people can have some time off and everything. But just remember that it's, you know, it's a season where people are rushing around doing stuff and everything. But just be conscious about what you're doing. So it's crazy out there. So please be careful. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others. And we'll see you soon. Thanks for your support. Thanks for showing up today. Loved having time to spend with you. So we'll see you soon.